So I've literally just woken up and I just thought to do this. I arrived Kenya from South Africa yesterday, long distance, and I arrived Kenya to see everybody celebrating the great marathon runner, Eliud Kipchoge, who's just broken the world record here in Kenya. And it was amazing coming from a country that celebrates long distance running, marathons, comrades like South Africa, into another country that actually is breaking records and putting names on history charts. And it kept me wondering really what's the difference between the success that South Africa has and Kenya, why doesn't South Africa have the same amounts of success as Kenya, with these world distance runners? And I know that a lot of times we cite three main things. We say that, hey, there is gender, it's gender, the morphological structure, their genes are built for this. I think that is true. And people talk about it. When you look at the physique of Eliud, of Wanjiro, some of the great runners, Wilson, they're actually specific to those genes. When you look at South Africa, of course, different genes, different colors, different races. There's also, of course, altitude and geography. People say that, hey, the lungs of the Kenyan person is built stronger for running. Has more strength, has more muscle. It is true. There are high points in South Africa, from the mountains of Drakensbergs and some of the other big mountains, that would never compare to the altitudes that Kenya has given. you know. But more importantly, I think that there's a big thing around the mindset. I find out that Kenyans are on the average more long term driven in terms of their focus and in terms of their visions of what they want to achieve. Kenya is the first country that's banned plastics in Africa, very long term driven. A country where GMO bans on foods with GMOs are banned. That's very long term driven from a health perspective of the country. It's extremely long term. When you compare it to South Africa, it almost feels we live for the now, still trying to get through the clutches of racial tensions, crime tensions, and things that actually are real. It's a big nation, in Africa, the biggest, as a matter of fact, but still unable to commandeer this future thinking perspective. I think it's the same mindset that runners in Kenya apply to their races that allows them to truly be champions. It's about seeing the long distance from the minute you start off, and the sacrifices that they pay for it. I think it's extreme. If you look at the plastic bans, people go to the markets right now and shop in brown bags, in brown paperbacks. People have to spend every single time the sacrifice they take, but it's long term thinking. It's with runners. When I see people like Eliud sacrifice themselves to stay back at villages and up countries, places like Eldoret, it's different from the South Africa runners. I think we celebrate the merry, we enjoy it, and we don't take that long term focus, long term sacrifice to do it. I'm understanding Kenny. I'm going to be getting into the mindsets of a lot of these runners. I'm going to be trying to chat to people, understand really what drives them, and in unlocking those strong points in Kenya, we probably can unlock something great. Of how countries can think more long term, break more long term records, and be victorious in what they want to do. The Kenyan government has shown very little support, you know, okay, a little bit here and there, but little support compared to South Africa with long distance running. But they keep on shattering it because individually there's a mindset that is geared towards it. There's a long term mindset that we gotta imbibe and see, you know basically. Let's walk on high heels. I got work today, so I gotta jump into the office and get working. But I thought I'd drop this out. Eliud arrived yesterday, and he snuck in. By the way, he didn't even come with a fanfare celebrating everybody like I did it at the airport. He snuck in. Kenya Airways flew KQ, went to his village the same day. Humble victory. He's doing something nobody would expect. I mean, people know he's humble, but you would expect to break a record and be welcomed home. But he is doing the undoable. He's doing things that people would, if everybody thinks it's A, he questions and says, why not B? If everybody thinks it's one, he thinks about why not three? And I think that sometimes in life it's about pressing to the edge and doing something differently. It's about walking on higher heels, questioning balance and driving it. Anyway, we're here in Kenya, Africa, and seeing the great mindsets and what we can take across. Let's go South Africa and Kenya. Let's go make Eliud feel welcome. He's done great things for this country.